Watching Linktown TV. Stay up till you go now.
What's up? You watching Linktown TV, and this is another episode of BLACKUARY. And today we got Angela Davis. She's 81, but living a long, healthy life. Born January 26, 1944. She's an activist, scholar, academic, author, philosopher. Sister Angela Davis was said to be a member of the Communist Party USA and a founding member of the Committees of Correspondence for Democracy and Socialism. She was active in the Occupy movement and boycott, divestment, and sanctions campaign. While she was a student in college, she got into far-left politics. After graduation, she was active in the second wave feminist movement and the campaign against the war in Vietnam. How I was introduced to Sister Angela Davis was a story told to me about the Soledad brothers. The Soledad brothers are George Jackson, Fleta Drumgo, and John Clichette. They were at the time inmates at Soledad Prison in California. The Soledad brothers allegedly killed a prison guard in retaliation to the shooting deaths of 3 black men during a prison fight a few days prior. The prison guard was beaten and thrown from the 3rd floor. The Soledad Brother Defense Committee was founded by Faye Slender. Angela Davis would go to co-chair the Soledad Brothers Defense Committee. Her support of the Soledad Brothers resulted in her getting fired as an assistant professor at UCLA. George Jackson and Angela Davis got super tight, and their letters they exchanged are available for public consumption. As always, I highly advise you do your independent research. While awaiting trial on August 7th, 1970, George Jackson's 17-year-old brother, Jonathan P. Jackson, entered the Marion County Courthouse with an automatic weapon, freed 3 inmates, and took a judge hostage to demand the release of the Soledad brothers. Police killed George Jackson's brother, the judge, and 2 of the inmates. The other inmate was wounded along with one of the jurors. In this Marion County courthouse incident, right, Angela Davis' weapons were actually used to carry out the crime. She was charged with conspiracy, but later on she'd be acquitted of all the charges. About 1 year later, following the incident at the Marion County Courthouse, on August 21st, 1971, George Jackson was in custody in St. Quentin Prison when he met with his attorney, Stephen Bingham, to talk about a civil lawsuit that Jackson had filed against the California Department of Corrections. As he left the attorney meeting being escorted back to his cell by a prison guard, the guard noticed a little metal-looking thing in his hair, so he thought it actually was a wig, no diddy. When the guard had him remove the wig, George Jackson had a gun. Man, as soon as brother George Jackson up the pole, he had the prison guard open up all the cells. 6 people ended up getting packed out. 4 of them was guards. Brother George Jackson swiveled out to the yard where he was shot by a guard in the tower. 6 inmates end up being charged for the escape attempt and the murders. I encourage you to do your independent research on the St. Quentin 6. 3 days before his attempted escape, they say brother George Jackson wrote his will or rewrote his will, and supporters on the outside had planned to escape for several weeks. George Jackson's attorney was accused of smuggling the gun in for George. The attorney, Stephen Bingham, was on the run for like 10 years. He finally came back to face his charges, and he was found not guilty of any wrongdoing. And in closing, I'd just like to wish you happiness, peace, and prosperity. Send all my love to all the people, because it's one love and we're one people.